this is Kent with Console Stereo Rescue. This is our next project. It's a Morse console stereo. I'm guessing probably early 70s. Haven't had a chance to confirm that. This is not a tabletop unit. The customer just removed the legs when they brought it to us, just for safekeeping, easy transport. This is the customer's first console. They purchased it recently at a garage sale. This is going to be a repair, not a restoration. We're not going to focus too much on the cabinet. We'll do some basic courtesy detail work on it, but not going to look at repairing any of the cabinet, any of the damage there. Their focus is really just on getting the record changer working. Looks like it's got a BSR record changer. I'm not sure if that is original to the console or not. When I first brought it in, I took a quick look at it. They saying that the record changer works, but there's just no output. So I took a quick look at the cartridge and determined that the little rubber bridge that supports the needle has deteriorated, just crumbled, and has fallen out. So, so we get in there and get that to focus. Come on now. It's not going to focus. Oh well. We'll get it out and get a better shot of that. But anyway, that's not uncommon. After 50 years, that rubber will harden and just crumble away. And so, when you tap on the cartridge shell, you can hear output, but unfortunately, with no support to that needle, it's not going to work. So, we'll replace the cartridge, and that should be good. And so let's go ahead and we'll test the record changer. We want to look at the RPM speed and test the auto function and see how that's working. And first test the tuner, see how that sounds, and get started. So stand by. Okay, so first thing we'll do is let's check the RPM speed on this and see what we're working with here. So we've got a great little app on the phone here. Let's turn this on. And just at a glance, I can tell it's running slow. Let's find out what we're working with here. Okay, 28.5. So yeah, definitely slow. Not surprising with its age. You know, the grease that's applied at the factory now, 50 years ago, will harden to the point where the parts and the plate are just not able to move as they should. And we could have a weak motor. I doubt that. I think it's got probably more to do with the grease hardening than anything else. So let's go ahead and test the auto function features here and see if those work. Okay, so that's good. The tone arm drop placement's off a little bit, but that can be fixed. It's not going over as far as it should, so that's definitely something we'd have to address. Again, probably due to hardened grease. So should be able to go all the way over to the end of the record and then pick up and shut off. So let's go ahead and do auto reject. See if it shuts off. Not going to. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, we can definitely work with that. So let's see what the tuner sounds like here.
.com to learn more. That's uhcmedicaresolutions.com.
Feeling trapped in that old plunger? Could get you out of hand. New Ram Crew Cab, $18,000 off the MSRP. What else?
We started military. The construction.
I don't mind it.
Increased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same...
Okay, we got loss of channel on the right speaker there. I know that that's due to dirty pots. We'll just have to get in there and take a look at it.
Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 405-806-9900, 405-806-9900, or visit us at metromen's.com.
If you're gonna dig a hole, come again.
Getting ready for some yard?
Actually, I think it is. When we turn the volume up, we get the second channel of the right channel. So if we get in there and clean up those pots, then I think that that right channel will come back. So okay, so yeah, let's get started. We'll recondition the record changer. Won't do a big deal as far as the video on that. Jordon Pier, if you guys haven't checked out his channel, I'll include a link in the description. He's got a great channel. He's got some great videos on record changer reconditioning. There's one for the BRS or BSR record changer. So I'll include a link for that. And but we will show after we replace the cartridge. We'll demo that working as it should. Might include a little bit just about cleaning the pots here, and if there's anything else that we need to do to get this sounding better. And then we'll demo it after we have completed the repair. So let's get to work. Stand by. Okay, so we've completed the restoration of the record changer, and I wanted to show the old cartridge. You know, the issue with the record changer, in addition to needing to be torn down and cleaned and re-lubricated, was the cartridge. There was no output, and the cartridge itself was fine. You know, if we were to tap on the tone arm or the cartridge shell, you know, we could hear output. So I knew the cartridge was fine, but the issue was with the little rubber bridge had disintegrated and had fallen out. So, which is not uncommon. Over time, those little rubber bridges will harden and just disintegrate and just crumble and fall out, which is, you know, what had happened with this one. So we had replaced the cartridge, and I wanted to just kind of give you guys a closer view of this. So so the needle the stem just fits in there, and with that rubber bridge, it just provides support so that the needle makes sufficient contact with the vinyl. So didn't shoot any video of the cartridge installation. Not exciting video. Nothing much to see there. Had to replace the clip to accommodate the new cartridge, and just snap the new cartridge into the new clip and reattach the wire. So pretty simple to change that out. And of course it works as it should. So the reconditioning of the record changer, it was in desperate need. It was in pretty bad shape. And of course, once we tore down, cleaned, and relubricated it, it certainly fixed the issue with the slow RPM issue that we identified early on. And as I mentioned earlier, if you haven't checked out Jordon Pier's channel, please do so. Got great videos. Of course, I mentioned the BSR record changer, but also other record changers, and just great videos on all kinds of electronic repairs, TVs, stereos. Just a great channel. I really encourage you to check it out. So let's move on. We'll get record changer reinstalled. The tuner's been cleaned. The controls and the potentiometers have been cleaned, and so we are ready to test it out. So stand by. Okay, so we've done a little bit of detail work on the cabinet, just as a courtesy to the customer. The top of the cabinet was scratched up. Just applied some Howard's Restore Finish, and then a few coats of Howard's beeswax to the cabinet, and looks pretty good. As mentioned earlier, this was just a repair, not a restoration, so we didn't really do any major work to the cabinet and didn't fix any of the grill there. But I think it turned out nice. I think the customer will be pleased. You know, whether it's department store brand console or if it's a concert grand, we're going to put the same amount of effort and detail in the repair work, as we recognize that as the customer's console, it has a lot of meaning to them, regardless of the brand or the model. So we want to make sure we do all we can to make sure that they're pleased with it. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty nice. And just cleaned it up. Didn't require a lot of work inside as far as the cabinet. Record changer cleaned up pretty nice. Of course, we pulled the tuner and cleaned the potentiometers, and that fixed the issue with the loss of channel. Didn't shoot any video on cleaning the control potentiometer. I only shot one, but I'll throw it in this video here. Nothing exciting to see there, but it overall it cleaned up pretty nice. Tore the record changer down, relubricated that. Of course, that fixed the issue with the slow RPM. We'll get record changer loaded up here shortly, and we'll test that again. So I mentioned, if you guys haven't checked out Jordon Pier's channel, do so. He's got some great videos on record changer restoration. So let's do that. Let's get a record loaded up here and let's test it and make sure it's working as it should. Stand by. Okay, so I've got our record loaded up here, and it's Van Halen, which I think is appropriate. We just lost Eddie Van Halen. Growing up as a kid, Van Halen was without a doubt my favorite band. As a guitarist, I worshipped Eddie Van Halen. Aspired to be like him in every way, and saw him countless times over the years. Saw him the very first time at the very first Rocklahoma, which was at the University of Oklahoma, Owen Field. I'll insert a picture here. This was, I'm not sure who took this picture. It was in various publications at the time. There's a circle there, if you can see that. That's my friend RD. I mentioned RD in that previous video, a Cheap Trick video I uploaded a few weeks ago. Somewhere in that sea of humanity, not too far from RD, is me. Never been able to locate me. I'm behind someone somewhere. Incredible show. I think within a year of that, during the Women and Children First tour, saw him again in Norman, and I had front row seats right in front of Eddie, and had been holding my hand out throughout the show, hoping he would hand me a guitar pick, and he did at one point. and in grabbing the guitar pick, I almost pulled his ring off his finger. And so the lights had gone down, and he goes back up towards his mic stand, only to realize he doesn't have any more guitar picks. So he comes back and asks for the guitar pick back. And I was reluctant to give it to him because I'm thinking, I'm not giving this back. I'll never get another one. But I handed it back to him, and they start the next song. And I guess during the song, or at some point, the road crew tapes up his mic again. A couple of songs pass, and then he runs back over at some point and hands me another one. So anyway, I was thrilled to get that back. And so after the show, we go to the Ramada Inn in Norman, which we had already known that that's where they were staying. And I had kind of been staking out the hotel earlier in the day, and found Alex and Eddie in a little arcade playing a video game together, and Valerie Bertinelli, where she was sitting at a little cocktail arcade game. And so we were just kind of hanging out there, and we looked the part at the time, like we belonged with the road crew, so we weren't challenged on being in the hotel. And so after they finished their game, they were kind enough to sign a Women and Children First promotional poster for me. And then we later ran into Dave Lee Roth as he was coming out of the bar. And shortly after that, they got on the bus and headed off to the next city. And as they were going down the highway and we were following them, Alex and Michael Anthony were hanging out the window throwing eggs at my car. And I was like 16 years old, the biggest Van Halen fan in the world, and I thought that was the greatest thing. I don't think I washed my car for like a week or two, trying to save egg remnants. So my car was egged by Van Halen. I thought that was the greatest thing. So anyway, Eddie will surely be missed, but we'll always have his music. So let's demonstrate the record changer with some early Van Halen. Okay, let's try that again. My camera died. Okay, so let's make sure the auto shut off function works. Okay. All right. Well, the customer is excited to pick this up, and we're excited for them to see it and hear it. They have not had it working since they purchased it, so I know they're eager to play their records, and we're eager to finish this one up and get started on the next one. So we appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for the next project. Thanks.